I think yesterday's win really demonstrated just how much potential and excitement this young team has, but equally, just how much experience they lack at times, because for all the positives we saw in the game yesterday, I think the main negatives were our lack of game management in those final moments of the game, and it was those decisive moments in which we could have absolutely ruined all the hard work we put into that game. So today, my friends, I'm here to discuss 4 things we learned in our 3-2 win against Luton Town. I hope you guys enjoy. Final video of 2023. So my friends, if you guys have been happy with the content this year, if you guys are excited for 2024, if you have big plans today, then hit that like button. Let's try and get over 2k likes, I guess. But before we get into anything, today's video is brought to you by NordVPN. Christmas is now over and the new year is around the corner. January, we have important business to attend to. We have big cup games coming up, and we're all hoping as a fan base, can we end this season on a high by securing some silverware? The January window opens up in literally less than 24 hours, and it feels like reinforcements could be key and hopefully saving our season. So my friends, reinforce your internet and make sure that NordVPN is the best transfer signing you're making in January. What makes NordVPN so clear? Never miss a kickoff with those pesky 3 PM broadcasting laws, and unlock live football access as NordVPN overcomes all those annoying geo restrictions and lets you open up the internet securely and safely. This can allow you to watch certain TV series from American Netflix, Japanese Netflix, plus so more. So right now, why not take advantage of NordVPN's huge discount offer? Go to nordvpn.com/BlueLionsTV and use my link to give you 4 extra months free on a 2-year plan. There's no risk whatsoever with NordVPN's 30-day money-back guarantee. So take advantage of this amazing discount offer and make sure you guys have your internet secured for the start of a new year. You'll find all the links you need provided in the description and the top comment as well too. But the first thing we've learned is the cold world. Cole Palmer this season since signing for us. 8 goals, 6 assists, 4 man of the match awards. Honestly, it's looking like Cole Palmer has the world in his hands right now, and he's one of the best young signings in European football this season. I think it's proven by the fact that currently he's one of the best performing young players, performing in the top 5 divisions across Europe right now, only coming in behind Jude Bellingham, who's having a stupid season at Real Madrid. Now, I said this about him during the summer, but I just felt like if he signed for us, this was the transfer that Cole Palmer needed to show that he was ready to blow up. And I have to say, the thing that excited me the most with his performance yesterday was that he was able to finally cook playing as our number 10. In my opinion, I've always felt like the 10 position best encapsulates all his strongest qualities, his best attributes, and I think he demonstrated this against Luton Town. You guys are seeing the heat maps. Look at the positions he's picking up. He's constantly probing and moving behind the lines to receive. And most importantly, he's dropping deeper as well to become that third man midfield player to help us progress the ball centrally and play further forward. He finds so many smart positions between the lines. And yesterday, I like how he was connecting our entire attack basically. You know, the stats show he got 5 out of 6 long balls, and that included balls over the top and switch balls to connect the field. He completed 2 out of 2 dribbles. He had 5 shots on goal, scoring 2 goals. You know what? I think right now, sit back, relax, and let's relive Cole Palmer's best moments against Luton Town. Cole Palmer was in sensational form against Luton Town, and yeah, this is why Pochettino is calling him potentially this new generation's Di Maria. Constantly, he was playing these passes in behind Luton Town's defensive lines. And listen, with strikers like Broja and Nicolas Jackson, they want to make runs into these empty spaces, and Cole Palmer finds them. He's been attempting them a lot more now, but again, superb passing behind to find Nicolas Jackson, and of course, his first goal of the game within the first 10 minutes, an absolute FIFA power shot taker that he used right there. The defender didn't close the angles down. You're not going to close down a left-footed striker. Shame on you, in my opinion. And if you give someone like Cole Palmer time and space to shoot inside the box, most times it's going in the back of the net. But of course, he plays a pass there to find Madueke, securing an assist in that game too. And I want to examine some of the finer details of Palmer's game. For example, look at his movement right here. See, there's a reason why he's one of our highest scoring players this season, and it's based on how he moves off the ball. Just follow Cole Palmer on the left hand side right here. He likes to stay on the blind side of the opposition's structures. See, his hands up. You know, he's hoping that, okay, this is the time right now I'm about to make a run inside the box. Look for me. I'm your guy because I'm going to find the perfect space to attack the ball with. As you can see right here, he slows it down. No one's paying attention to him right there because the Luton Town defenders are ball watching. And this is why Cole Palmer is such an intelligent, multifaceted attacking player. Completely unmarked. But this is an example of why Cole Palmer is having the type of season he's having right now. Now, this was one of the passes of the game yesterday. Just delicate chip ball over the top. Made that look so easy. The way the ball bubbled up so nicely for him to attempt that. And look, he plays a perfect pass, a perfectly weighted pass in behind to find Broja's run. And obviously, let's see that beautiful second goal in greater detail. I mean, great play by Nicolas Jackson. I'll discuss him later on. Cole Palmer, as I said, he was constantly looking to probe those spaces in yesterday's game. It's no surprise why he gets these rewards. Again, the composure to know that look how close he is to the goalkeeper. Most players don't have that composure to take another touch away from them. They rush the shot, and the keeper, who has a big surface area, normally closes that down. But Cole Palmer, the way he controlled that bubble too, with a little touch. Look where he starts his run from, Cole Palmer. He's in line with Nicolas Jackson, and Kunku's the guy who's occupying the Luton Town defender right here. And there's a ton of space opened up right there. Their midfield player goes to sleep, doesn't track the run, and so does their defender as well. But you can't give this type of space to top players like Cole Palmer. Look, Nicolas Jackson, beautifully weighted pass, great timed run, and look at that little spin away to the right. Drop of the shoulder, back of the net, man. Classy, elegant, and I think that's really summing up Cole Palmer's breakout season for us, and he's proven to be one of the most astute buys of recent seasons. So keep it up. It's a cold world. We have Cole Palmer. But right now, my friends, let's move on to the next thing we learned. Noni Madueke is trying to make the right wing his position right now, and I think, come on, when he won that penalty versus Crystal Palace, then converted the penalty he won, I think that spoke to Pochettino. That impressed him greatly. And this is why Noni earned only his third start of the season against Luton Town. But listen, in 3 starts this season, he scored 2 goals. Hopefully it builds up from this, because yesterday Madueke was a very reliable, strong outlet down that right hand side. Let's break down his stats. 44 touches of the ball, 21 out of 23 passes played, 3 key passes played, 3 key passes, 4 out of 6 dribbles completed. But I think one of the most impressive stats for me was the fact that he contested 10 out of 17 ground duels, won 5 tackles, 1 aerial, 1 clearance, and it shows that commitment to the other side of the game. You know, he backed his teammates. He was looking to protect Malo Gusto, and his defensive aptitude was up here throughout the whole game. And for me, Pochettino will continue to start giving this guy opportunities based on how he's currently performing, and rightfully so. So obviously, let's also relive his experience. Let's relive his game against Luton Town yesterday. Noni just holding the width, wides, where he can go 1v1 against his man. So Poch used him quite a lot in this way throughout the season. What cuts inside, finds Gallagher's run, and that was the type of pass that Madueke was playing all game. It's not surprised why he got 3 key passes yesterday. Look, strong, has that footwork and skill. I think our transitional strategy yesterday really helped Madueke even more, where he was able to constantly go 1v1 against his man. Listen, there was a lot of 2v1s against him, but he has the skill to maintain possession, find his teammates again, and he's not just this one-dimensional player that only plays forward. Now here's his moment for the goal, for the second goal. Great goal, receives a pass from Cole Palmer, and look at this shot right here. He's constantly off balance when he receives because he's got 3 defenders on him. Yes, Gusto's out wide. Could he slip the pass in and play it easy and safe? He could do that, but Madueke has a lot of natural ability. And his shooting is one of his best parts of his game. So in this moment right here, a few shimmies to the left and right, forces the ball to the right hand side and blasts it with absolute conviction and power. Top right bins. Superb goal. But to add context to this goal, this is something Madueke has been working really hard on during the summer. As you guys have seen, here's a clip of him working with a trainer during the summer, perfecting this technique and this skill. A lot of times it's very easy for us to believe, oh, okay, you know, these guys just make it up on the spot when they play. But a lot of what we see these players produce on the field comes from a ton of hard work into these minor details that really add up on the field. Madueke had the confidence to attempt that based on practicing that shot time and time again, and that's what's ultimately going to help us. And again, the reliable wing threat he's bringing, look, makes it easy, chip over the top, attacks the space, perfectly played in front of Gusto, and he looks to continue that run inside the box. I think here, this should have been a goal. I think this was a beautiful piece of play. But again, Noni again, holding width out wide, plays it into Gusto, and I think Gusto and Noni is a combination I want to see a lot more of. Noni again. So much issues and danger he caused throughout the game. Plays the ball in behind to find Connor. Another transitional moment, and I think the only way to stop him is to basically take him out. Noni, again, there's a reason why I have patience for this kid. Injuries mostly have been slowing things down for him. But look how he thinks. Look how he uses the ball in the final third. You know, look at the quality and potential he has. I think he is another player you keep your patience with because he can really end up being a phenomenal winger for us in the future. So Noni Madueke is here to stay. And now I think we must have a conversation around our game management against Luton Town. I like to talk about the pros and cons, the positives and the negatives. I think we have to equally embrace them because it paints the full picture behind how things went down and what can be done to better improve them in the future, right? Obviously, yesterday, as we know, Thiago Silva left the field a very frustrated man. He was not impressed by how we nearly blew all that great work we did for 79 minutes before that onslaught from Luton Town. Pochettino commented after the game, basically saying in his presser, listen, Thiago can be very vocal and he's never happy, which basically means that, you know, he wants to maintain those high standards. And I think rightfully so, because he's our only senior experienced figure at this football club right now. And he's one of the oldest guys in a very, very young dressing room. So you need to have that type of experience, leadership that's, you know, kicking perspective into these young guys' heads. Don't get too gassed by the win. You must do even better. And I think it's the right type of reaction to have from Thiago Silva. Silva himself said after the game, listen, every pro athlete will always be pushing themselves harder and thinking they can do better in a highly competitive league. It's the details that secure the 3 points. I just didn't want to spend New Year's like I did Christmas, sorry, and it's nice to hear someone like Thiago at 39 years old still caring about excellence. That is very important, and I think right now we need to actually look at how we nearly blew the game. Look at the XG rise in those final moments. It's incredible. It's like a green wall of threat from Luton Town within this small period of the game. We were hanging on for our lives, and I wish Pochettino actually brought on Gilchrist earlier. I'll discuss that later on, but stats wise, compare the first half to the second half. First half, Luton Town, 5 shots, 0 on target, 0 big chances, 1 out of 17 crosses connected, only 10 aerials. Whereas us, on the other hand, we had like 7 shots with 6 being on target in that first half. Second half kicks in, and Luton Town don't record their first shot on target until the 79th minute. And within that time, my lord, they secured 10 shots with 6 on target, 4 corners, 4 big chances made, 2 big chances missed, hit the woodwork twice as well too. They had 9 shots inside our box, and they connected 10 out of 19 crosses. It was incredible, and I don't think any team this season has put us under that much pressure during the closing moments of a game. How were Luton Town able to create so many crossing opportunities yesterday? Well, they had nothing left to lose. They threw men forward, and by doing so, it created 5v4s out wide. Now, Luton Town were able to create these moments essentially by having one player either making a run between the spaces left between fullback and centre-back. You know that space I'm talking about. A run through that space would of course take out one of our defenders and would free someone wide every single time to put in an early cross. And by creating the overload, it has the negative impacts of meaning that teams have a lot of opportunities at the far post and the near post because they always have an additional extra man make those runs inside the box. And we've been punished by this type of cross time and time again throughout the season. I felt like we did not help ourselves because for some reason during those moments of the game, we were still caught up the field. We were still looking to press and get more goals. I think that sums up the inexperience in this team. In reality, we should have just protected our blocks, stayed very compact, allowed the crosses to come inside, and I think Pochettino should have preempted the threat. The moment the first goal went in, it should have instantly been a wake-up call to move to a back five. You put Gilchrist on, you protect your boxes, you have 3 midfield players, because that way we can go 1v1 against Luton Town when they're wides. Now, unsurprisingly, when Pochettino finally brought Gilchrist on for the last 6-7 minutes of the game, we could then start to defend better. And I think the fact that we were so enamored by that final tackle made by Gilchrist really sums up the pressure we felt in those final moments. Listen, we're a young team, and I think this game sums it up. I just think in the future, I would like my manager to be more preemptive of these threats, to help the team out, minimize the danger, make substitutions when you have to, and react to what the opposition does against us. So that is the third thing we learned. And for the final thing, Nicolas link-up Jackson is the real deal. Now, I feel like I discussed Nico quite a bit, but it's because of these performances he puts in, and I feel like I need to, try and break the narrative that's going against him. But listen, of course he can improve with finishing. That will come, but we can't dismiss the full benefits we receive from his overall game for the team. Yesterday, Nico recorded 1 assist for the game, beautiful weighted passing behind to find Cole Palmer, 1 big chance made, 2 out of 3 dribbles, 4 out of 14 duels contested. He didn't win all his challenges, but I think we have to look at the heat map to see his game in greater detail. Look at the red zones he's covering. We're seeing him coming all the way back to help defend with Levi Colwill. We're seeing him out wide on the left as an outlet. We're seeing him receiving between the lines. We're seeing him cut inside as well too. It was an all-action performance from Nicolas Jackson, and I think this is why Mauricio Pochettino protects him, supports him, because he is a Poch striker. Pochettino wants strikers that can do more than play on the last lines, and Nicolas Jackson proves that he helps improve his teammates. You can run off him. You can link up with him. He can kickstart attacks by driving you up the field. And I think we can't ever forget that he's 22 years old, the same age as most of the guys in this squads. I mean, you look at the natural ability you see from him. This isn't normal. We shouldn't take it for granted. And for me, this is why we must be patient, because most strikers that have that separation in their game, that ability to take a man on, to create that extra yard of space before taking shots, they tend to be the better type of player. And Nicolas Jackson isn't the first player that started life as a winger before moving more up front. I think the famous recent example would be an Antoine Griezmann. He played left wing at Real Sociedad before he played up front for them, before finding a move to Atletico Madrid. Now, a moment which really typified his game yesterday is the positions essentially he kept picking up all the time, because we were able to play through Luton Town with 1 or 2 passes out from deep, and it helped that we have someone as fluid as Jackson that is good enough to receive throughout different phases of the game. As we can see here, the ball kind of flicks up a bit, but he has the upper body strength to shield the ball, and then he has the skill to spin his man with the outside of his feet, the balance to do that, and now he's driving at goal. And when he does that, you tend to see people start to make runs. That's one of the classic things you see in football. Here he's free on the left hand side, he receives in space. Great touch away with the outside of his feet. The ball's glued to his feet. Look at the upright body position of him. He's not a clumsy guy where he's struggling to, keep up with the ball. He's under full control and he plays at great pace. Looks to take the shot, a bit of a tame effort, but I think he is someone in the future where those types of individual moments are going to produce goals at some point. Here's an example of his multi-dimensional threat. See, on the left hand side, he can receive in the space. Look how he spins his man, cuts inside, takes out 2. And plays intelligently. And with all this threat that he kept demonstrating, it's no surprise that he finally got rewarded with an action in the game. Look, receives a pass from Disasi, who plays great line-breaking passes. Again, receives in space, shields the ball, footwork, close control, drives through, and then plays a powerfully weighted ball in behind to find Cole Palmer. And Cole Palmer does the rest here. And, when you have players who can offer this type of attacking threat in a game, it creates moments like this in game. I mentioned Nico's heat maps for a reason, because these are the scenarios in which he was receiving deep. Look how he links up with Levi Colwill here. Receives a 1-2, and then look at the skill to flick it over the top to find Colwill. And on one occasion in which Nicolas Jackson comes deep to link up with Colwill, it produces the second goal of the game. See, an action right here, plays for his team, plays it first time into Cole's path. I do think it will be a big loss when Nicolas, of course, goes to the AFCON nations with Senegal. And I hope he has a great tournament and comes back with even more confidence now in front of goal. So my friends, they are the 4 things we learned against Luton Town. I hope you guys enjoyed. Last video of the year. I can't believe tomorrow is 2024. This year is absolutely flown by. So thank you to everyone that's been watching my videos over the years, supporting me. It really means a lot. And I hope you guys, of course, continue to support me in 2024. So my friends, hit that like button, support the channel, download NordVPN. I'm Nini FC, this is BlueLionsTV. I will see you guys tomorrow with the first videos of 2024. Cool.